Good morning, good morning, good morning. A while ago, I wrote something about a trip I had back to my hometown. That it's San Benedetto in central Italy, and the post I wrote was simply about the journey back home and all the various delays that I went through to get back home. So the video won't be completely related to what I wrote, but it was more a personal reflection about some of the things that happened growing up in this little village and just reflections about what all those videos are about and what I write is all about, and it's about what we are going through, what we are. Is it reflections about what's the purpose of our existence and why we're here, what we had to do while we're here, and why we have to do something while we are here. So, if everything's happened for a reason, like many philosophers says, then even the things that happen growing up in my hometown, then in that case happen for a reason. So all the struggles, the dramas, the suffering, so everything's did happen for a reason. If that's how they say it, that everything was to prepare me to become what I needed to become, to lead me to become what I have to become. So, according to many philosophers, everybody has a purpose, and so like that everything has a purpose. Our existence has a purpose, and that every personal journey it's something that each of us needs to grow and learn and complete our own missions. Obviously, we can always get to the main question. If whoever is in charge, it's such a superior entity that can create all of us, it can create universes and so on. What? Why? What's the need? What's the purpose? But that seems like an answer that maybe won't be able to know at the moment. So because of that, we just go through with many of us with the idea that there is a meaning, and for many the meaning is to become enlightened and then help society and humankind to become better, awaken, and kind, loving beings that that has as a main purpose to help all the rest of humanity to live happier and with a meaning. And that's what spiritualists, many philosophers believes. I like to believe that. I don't have the proof. I don't have like 100% proof that it is, but I like to believe that, and that's what I'm pursuing. That's what I'm trying in a regular basis. Try to help others. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. But the main things every morning when I wake up, it's to be able to help other people while I'm trying myself to become a better person. I don't know if it's that the purpose, but makes me feel better. It makes me feel and thinking that other people might feel better from me helping them so that they can go through their day, that moment, and maybe even the life happier. Makes me feel like, well, even if there is no meaning in life, there is not a purpose. Well, I found my own purpose, and I think it's enough. You know, you are happy. You try to make other people happy. Other people becomes happier. Everybody go through the mystery, and we go wherever, whenever, or wherever we have to go after. Obviously, to go back, talking about San Benedetto. San Benedetto did growing up in San Benedetto with all the shit that you know went on, you know, as a young boy, is definitely pushed me in a certain direction instead of another, and being surrounded by certain people again took me to a certain direction instead of another direction. I my grandmother was a healer, so already that even at the time I didn't realize it, but it did condition my way to think about life. This is obviously later on when I start to reconnect all the dots, and even when you know, my father died, and started to feel certain things around me again. In that condition, the way you know, I saw life, even not being conscious about what was about. And then you know, these are all things that I already spoke about. You know, like having visions while with closed eyes, resting. That was another thing, the condition, like the direction of my life. Again, later on when I started to reconnect all the dots, I remember this is actually what I wanted to briefly talk in the video. My father died when I was 10, and again at the time I didn't give much thought, but I remember very well that there was days when I would sit on my desk in my room, like, you know, studying or reading, and I would have this feeling really strong of a presence behind me. It was so strong, like I could feel someone to be behind me. And I remember I would turn around, you know, expecting maybe my mom or maybe my brother, and actually there was no one. I'm convinced that was the person that in this lifetime played the role of my father. And this is went on for quite a lot. I don't remember when that stopped, but it went on for quite a while, and again, it was energetically was massive. It was massive. And then there was this other thing that would happen at night time that never never happen again. And now, even now that I go back Italy quite often, like every 2 months, every 2 3 months, I go back home. I haven't heard and felt anymore. I mean, so there was. I mean, I remember that basically almost every night, I would hear like how do you squeeze. Now I'm missing the English term for that. It was like like a squeezing, squeech. It's like like the, I don't know if you can hear. Yeah, if you I don't know if you can hear. It's like the sound of when walk on a old wooden floor. You hear like all this like even if you make sense. I think like say in English. I think it's like kind of like a squeech, something like that. And I don't know if you can hear it now with me moving my back with the chair. And it was always coming from the kitchen. It always coming from the furniture in the kitchen, and that would be only at night, never daytime. A while ago, I read something, came across something about that. I was not searching in purpose, but there were saying that when there is the presence of spirits, so the energy that that engulf all the surroundings basically is what makes like the furniture making this kind of sound. It's the interaction among between the energy of those entity and the furniture and so on. It kind of like resonates because now thinking about the fact that I would feel the presence of my dad, and at the same time those those sounds, rumors coming from the room, from the kitchen, obviously made me think that they kind of like all connected. And then my visions, as I say, like going on bed, lying to rest with my closed eyes, so in some sort of meditation, not knowing that I was meditating. And I would have all those in my images, popping in inside my mind in the darkness, of like images of people, building, surrounding the nature and so on. So those are all things that I didn't even think about it at the time. So there was no such a thought about if they were weird or strange. It was what it was. So I did not concern about it. But obviously, like looking back, experiencing that in my hometown, it gives you thoughts, and that's a conditioning. It's conditioning like the way you're thinking, and even obviously the direction of the life you're taking. Obviously, all of this inevitably, especially if you start to ask questions about am I, inevitably it makes you reflect even deeper about what life is actually is. I convinced now that nothing of what I'm surrounded in a daily basis, it's really real. It's it's just what we're programmed to think and feel about it. And with all the events that took place in my life, with premonitions, connection with the spirit realm and visions, synchronicities, and so on. Obviously, I can't see the so-called reality in the same way that someone that is not in the journey will see it. And actually, yesterday, cycling back from the gym, I was actually thinking, but this time was a feeling of like being in the same place with people, but somehow to be not in the same place. And kind of like I'm observing people living into a certain frequency, but being on another frequency. So seeing things around me happening in a certain way, but that does not combine and match what's going on to the other people around me. So kind of like, if it makes sense, the feeling was like we are in two different worlds, even if we are on different frequencies, and what we experience will be different, even if being inside the same planet. So it's like if there are a sort of split where there are two planets, one into the other, that at the same time is going to a different direction. So I felt like I'm coming out on a frequency level to the current frequency, and even I can see what's going on, but somehow it's not affecting me because I'm on some other frequency. I don't know if it does make sense, but it's kind of like if it was like looking at people, but not being fully in the current state of reality. I mean, people that is on my same journey will understand what I mean. So I will try to make it in this other way. It's like I'm experiencing my own reality. So my own world, my own frequencies, even if that are different than the rest of the people. So I can see what's happening in the world, but it's not affecting me because it's somehow I am in a sort of other reality, or it's like sort of like just like a different plane of reality. That's the best way I feel I can describe it. So because obviously I, I can see what's going on, but at the same time, I'm learning how to not let myself affected from what's going on, because all that is happening energetically, it's made to lowering down those energies. And with all that happened growing up in my hometown, you know i I know that nothing of what has been shown to me as a so-called real is not. So yeah, I think like I don't have much more to say for today. It was mostly to talk about those few things that happened after my father died that I just wanted to mention, and that I felt that was important to talk about it today. I think it's time for me to make a move. Have a good day.